Hey friends! My name is Desiree, aka Momma Friendly, and I do all sorts of videos on my channel, from cooking videos to planner videos, vlogs, hauls, homeschool videos with a Disney twist, a little bit of everything. So if any of that sounds like fun to you, I hope that you'll subscribe and join me on my YouTube adventure. For the last couple of years, we've been doing Disney homeschool themed videos around Disney movies, characters, or rides. This year, I decided to change things up and we're still doing Disney themed homeschooling, but we're going to be centering our lessons around the Epcot World Showcase. I thought this would be a great theme to base our lessons on because it gives us so much opportunity for different branches of learning. Obviously, we're learning about geography. We're going to learn about each of the different countries' languages and traditions and culture, how people live there as opposed to how we live. So we've got social studies thrown in the mix as well. I'm of course throwing in a lot of life skills. So cooking has always been an important part of our homeschool series, and we're going to aim to create an authentic recipe every single time that has to do with the country or traditions that we're studying. And of course, from a sensory perspective, I love including art projects in our theming, so every video is going to include at least 1 or 2 different art projects. Something else to consider is that my child is on the autism spectrum. He has nonverbal autism, and so we're going to be tailoring the activities obviously to his level because he is the child that I am teaching. You can of course feel free to tailor these activities to whatever developmental or educational level makes sense for the kiddos that you're teaching. I'm gonna do my best to include resources and activities in a Pinterest board that pertains to each and every theme. So all of these videos are gonna have a Pinterest board linked in the description box so you could check it out. This will give you some ideas for activities that we didn't get to cover in the video, or even ideas for taking the activities we did do and tweaking them to fit kiddos of different ages or different abilities. One big consideration that I wanted to make before jumping into this particular string of themed videos is that I wanted to make sure to approach this from a place of cultural appreciation and not appropriation. I want to be able to respect the people and the traditions of these countries without resorting to tropes. That being said, we're going to try to be as authentic as possible in all of our facts and all of our art activities, especially in all of our recipes. I'm going to try my best to outsource this information from people native to the countries that we're studying wherever I'm able. So now that I've explained a little bit about what we're trying to do here, let's jump into the country for this month. This month, we're studying the United States of America. It's a huge collection of all sorts of different cultures, territories, places. It seems like every corner of the country has its own different flavor and background. And of course, some of the special holidays and events that we celebrate here are the 4th of July, which is when we celebrate our independence from Britain. Thanksgiving, which is a celebration of our meeting with the original Native Americans. We also have Veterans Day, where we think about the service that our military personnel have put in for our protection, and Memorial Day, to revere those same individuals that might have lost their lives during their service. There's a rich and varied history to this country, a lot of which unfortunately we shy away from, but what's interesting about this place is that no matter who you talk to, you'll find an entirely different experience of the United States of America. All right, friends, as always, we're checking out 4KWDW's tour of this month's pavilion, which is of course the United States, otherwise known as the American Adventure Pavilion. He's giving us a little peek here into the Regal Eagle Smokehouse, which is a relatively new restaurant at Epcot. They are known for serving authentic, low and slow smoked barbecue, among other things. I personally have never eaten here, but I'm very much looking forward to it because I am a big fan of proper barbecue. There's also a show that you could catch at the American Adventure Pavilion. There are singers that sing traditional American songs, especially during the holidays. It's something that I really recommend you check out. And as always, I want to remind you that we have done a few videos actually on American characters or characters based in America as far as Disney movies. Some such movies include Moana, Lilo and Stitch, and Princess and the Frog. So I'm going to have all of those videos linked down below in a description box that's all about the American type things you could catch at Epcot in the World Showcase. I'll also have this exact tour video linked in that playlist, along with a link to the full American Adventure show. So if you've never seen it, you can check it out online right now. All right, friends, we're going to choose to ignore this dirty table. I want to talk about arts and crafts right now. When it came time for me to research what arts and crafts we could possibly do to fit the United States of America theme for this month, I basically looked up colonial, I guess, type arts and crafts because I didn't want to do Native American crafts. I figured that that might be disrespectful since I'm not really understanding of the culture, and so I didn't want to make it like a caricature. And among the things I found were things like weaving, looming, quilting, that sort of a thing. Well, you might recall that for Christmas, my son got himself an actual loom. I'll post a video up here. I did an entire what I got my son for Christmas video that you all seemed to like. And it's just been sitting since Christmas. We hadn't opened it yet because I had a feeling I might use it for one of these homeschool videos. So as you can see, it's an actual wooden loom. I'm trying to get as much of it as I can in the frame here. And you can either use it with yarn for actual weaving, or you can set it up with paper and make crafts. And it actually brings some of these images so that you can start right out of the box. So I thought that this would be a fun way to do an American, to the extent that we felt was still respectful, right? An American type craft that kiddo would actually enjoy. Because churning butter was another option, but I figure seeing as we're all dairy free, that probably wouldn't be super practical. So here's our loom. We're kind of doing an unboxing here, right? Like I said, getting everything in frame is a little awkward, but this is it right here. So you can see it's got these little grooves on either end so that you can set up your string. And then this box, I'm assuming, is going to bring all of our materials. Yep, so here's the yarn that you could use for weaving. That's actually really cute yarn. Two big skeins of it right there. We've got, oh, these are going to be our different paper craft kits. So we'll do one of those. And this, what are you? This is like Christmas all over again. Oh, okay, so this is a frame. This is the little feet that go at the bottom of the loom so that it'll stand straight up. I don't know if we're going to use that just yet because, like I said, I want to keep this in frame as much as I'm able. And if I stand it up, it's definitely not going to fit in the frame. We have our instructions, very important. We have our string, which is going to be the frame for either our paper or our yarn. And we have some screws and a tool to kind of get everything going. This is really cool. It brings a little knitting needle so that if you're doing the string, you can help guide it through all of that. This is really, really nice. Like, it brings everything that you might need to get started with your loom. I'm going to have this particular thing linked down below in the description box in case you don't want to watch the entire Christmas video and you just want to get this. You can just click down below and get it directly. I'm trying to set up as much as I can now so that I can just call kiddo in when it's ready and he doesn't have to wait around too long. I believe that this is the turtle one and he loves turtles, so that's going to work out just fine. It brings instructions for how to assemble the loom. That's what the tools are for, but like I said, we're not going to do that just yet. Lots of different crafting ideas depending on your level. We're going to be using the beginner crafts as you can see here. Okay, so it seems that for this particular one, let me double check that it is that turtle, because if it's not, then we're not going to set this up correctly. Yep, this is definitely the turtle. So for the turtle, this bit down here actually has to be in the middle. Luckily, it's got these little knobs so that we can just turn this here and release the frame. So we're just going to turn this right here to release it from the frame. Oops, there you go. Take out that screw, and now we can pull this out Shimmy it along to the center pole. Perfect. Now we're going to put our screw right through it again and tighten our little red knob. Perfect. So we'll do the other side now and we should be ready to set up our string. So that's done. They want us to make sure that when we do the string, we only do it on the front. They don't want us wrapping around the bar. And it does say that you're obviously going to have to cut the string because we're not going to use all of this. So you got to make sure that you have your own scissors handy because this does not bring scissors. But that's fine. We definitely have scissors. So we're going to put a string like this across this first bit and, whoops, over like that and over. Nice. Kiddo could probably do this, but I could see him getting frustrated really quickly, and I would prefer he uses his energy on the actual weaving part. But this is actually great for hand-eye coordination. So your fine motor skills are really going to come into play with this. And that's the best thing about these art projects, as far as I'm concerned, is all the different sort of sensory things and occupational type things that we're working on without even realizing. Because as far as your kiddo's concerned, all you're doing is weaving right now. I really appreciate how easy this is to set up too, because I was kind of intimidated by this. I'm not gonna lie, I was really worried that it was gonna be super, super difficult. But no, this is it. This is very simple. Now that we're here, we're gonna give this a little slice-a-rooney with our scissors. Put the rest of the string away for whenever we do the other paper activities. Now we just have to make sure to keep these in order. Oh, actually, look how fun. I just realized this. Maybe you guys can tell, they're numbered. So they want to make sure that even if they get whoops scattered, you still know exactly what order to go in. So they've got their tiny little numbers printed there. That is brilliant. Okay, we're going to start with the bottom one. Okay, so that'll be this one, number 10. You see this number? Oh, you're so excited. Look what you're going to do. Mira, I'm going to do the first one. You go in, out, in, out, in, out. You want to try? Ready? Here, grab it and you go in, out, in, out. Push, pull, push. Good job. Pull. Now you go push, push, push. Can you push it down? Push, push, push. Like this. Push, push, push. Perfect. Look how nice. Okay, now we need number 9. Where's number 9? That's it. Wait. Oh, because they want you to go 10 and then, oh, I see. So they want you to start from the bottom, but the bottom is 1. That's okay. We're doing it backwards. That's fine. Okay, here we go. Ready? Here we go. In, out, in, out. Can you help me? In, out, in, look. And you pull it up. That's it. Wow, look how we push, push, push. Like this. Nice, huh? Does that feel nice? Yeah? Okay. Okay, you're ready? We're gonna put the last one. We're so excited. We got a little like Polynesian vibe to the turtle on his little frame here. It's really cool. I have a feeling this might end up hanging in your room, kiddo, since you like it so much. Look at that. You like it? Yeah? I like it too. That's really cool. We gotta figure out how to get it off of this now so we can hang it up somewhere. But I really like it, baby. Good job. Alright friends, as usual, I would like to share some documentary options with you guys. So this video here, all the videos I'm about to show you are actually linked in the playlist down below. that's labeled Epcot American Adventure Pavilion. In that playlist, I have the tours, I have the full show from the pavilion, and I'm gonna have some of these educational videos. So this one is called USA Fun Facts from a channel called Learn English by Pocket Passport. And so we've got that one. All of these videos are about 5 minutes long. This one is the 50 states songs, so it's teaching you about all 50 states and their capitals. This video is called USA Facts for Kids, American Culture in 5 Minutes. Obviously, there is a lot of history, a lot of different cultures in America, so all of these videos are going to be, maybe lacking is a bit of a strong word, but also you have to consider what you might find age appropriate for your children. So these are just kind of a jumping off point. This one's called U.S. History for Kids, Social Studies for Grade 3. So again, I'm obviously going with stuff that's age appropriate for my child. This might be too young or maybe a little too mature for your kids. And obviously there's loads of different documentaries out there approaching history and culture in the U.S. from all sorts of different aspects. Depending on the age of your child, you might want to look into different channels, but I thought that this was a good place to start. We've got background noise going, guys, because it wouldn't be a homeschooling household without it. We're going to make teriyaki glazed Spam hash today. And this is food that you can get at the Hawaii booth at the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. So I thought it would be a fun recipe for our US unit study. This recipe is coming out of the unofficial Disney Parks Epcot cookbook, so I'm going to have this linked down below in the description box in case you'd like to get your own. And for our ingredients, we've got a tablespoon of vegetable oil, not shown, but I'm going to use it for cooking the potatoes. Speaking of, we have 2 large russet potatoes. They want us to peel and cube them. So I'm going to use my handy dandy chopper here. I'll have this linked down below as well because every time I use it in a video, you guys ask. So I'm just going to go ahead and preemptively link it down below. The recipe calls for half a medium red bell pepper and half a medium green bell pepper, both seeded and diced. I thought I had red, but apparently I don't. So I'm just going to use green, which is what I have here, and it's already been chopped because I used some in a different recipe. So it's ready to go for me right here. We also need half a medium onion, and it's also going to be diced and peeled, so we're going to use the chopper for that as well. A teaspoon of minced fresh garlic, so I'm going to chop that up as best I can because I don't think the chopper is going to do a whole lot for that since it's so small. Half of a can of Spam cubed. Half of a cup of teriyaki sauce. I'm using Primal Kitchen no soy teriyaki because, as you know by now, all of our recipes on this channel are gluten, dairy, and soy free where we can manage. We also need a 1/4 cup of mayo, and again I'm using Primal Kitchen because this is avocado oil based instead of soy. We need a tablespoon of sriracha. I've got my little chili garlic paste right here, so this is what I'm going to use. It's basically the same thing except sriracha is a little runnier, whereas this is a little chunkier, but it's the same ingredients. And lastly, the recipe calls for a tablespoon of diced green onion to garnish, and that would make this super, super cute. I could have sworn I had some, but apparently I don't, so we're just going to have to pretend. So I'm going to heat my oil in a large non-stick skillet over medium-high heat. I'm going to add my potatoes, and I'm going to cook them for 8 to 10 minutes, stirring them often, and I'm going to cook them just until they're fork tender. Then I'm going to add in my bell pepper, onion, garlic, and my Spam cubes to the skillet. I'm going to stir to combine, and I'm going to cook it for another couple of minutes. We'll add in our teriyaki sauce next, stir it up, and cook it for a couple minutes more. And this is pretty much done, so we're going to scoop our mixture into 2 little bowls. We're going to combine the mayo and sriracha in a different bowl so we can drizzle it over our hash. If you've got green onion, this is when you would sprinkle it over top to garnish and serve it right away. This would be amazing with a fried egg on top. Alright friends, that's going to do it for our United States of America themed homeschooling. That Spam hash was delicious. It was very, very close to the kind you get at the park. And I actually ended up having it for breakfast for a few days in a row, just topping it with some eggs. Really, really good. I might make that part of my regular like meal prep rotation. As far as the weaving, Kiddo didn't quite get the hang of the motion itself, but it was really exciting to see him so interested in an art project. He was cheering me on. He was handing me the strips. He was really excited to see the turtle like come to life, as it were. So that's actually really encouraging for me and really exciting for me. The idea of continuing to use the loom. I'm excited to continue practicing it with him now that I know that he's really engaged in it. Before you go, remember I've got a playlist in the description box below that shows you all of the documentaries and things I might have referenced throughout this video. I've got a Pinterest board that shows you related activities. I've got links to whatever I could find that I used in this video in case you'd want to get your own for yourself. So check all that out before you go. The next country on our World Showcase list is Japan. So we're going to start working on that right now so that we can bring you another video in about a month. I hope you're enjoying this series. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd also love it if you'd subscribe and click that notification bell because I post at least 3 times a week and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks so much again for watching. See you real soon.